What's happening, world?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Voices of Conviction podcast, man. I'm your host, Chess James, and my guest host today, the magnificent
Mac and cheese.
Mr. Endurance himself. You know, my co-conspirer. We've been at it for a long time together, so we had to tag up together to, you know what I'm saying, bring y'all a fresh episode of updated news and topics. On top of that, today is my boy's born day. You know, the rebirth, you know what I'm saying? And we about to get into it, man, so let's go. Mac, man.
Let's leave.
Man, congratulations on another born day.
Another born
Man, I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I'm glad to have you here for multiple reasons. Like I use this platform now to educate, you know, and to bring light to the excellence of our Moorish people, you know, because they like to consider us to be ignorant and of low education, but we don't accept those stereotypes. And first-hand experience, been knowing you for over 20 years, you taught me so much, especially when it comes to like spiritual knowledge and awakening.
Yeah.
I want you to give not only me but the world a glimpse into your mind and what got you on this journey.
I mean, like, I always been a spiritual soul, spirit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, through life, even being born 3 months early, you know what I'm saying, on the 28th day, that's crazy, but it's like, honestly, I started seeing the holes in a so-called this what it is, and starting to unlock the matrix of the words, of the spelling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Using spells. So English was the last language, and it was perfected to one word mean multiple
things, right.
So it's like, once I started, when I put on the glasses, the Universal Cartier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you put on
that.
the Universal Cartier,
Yeah.
niggas started seeing shit like, nah. Like, who would believe all the lies that they told?
Right. Beyond the veil.
So you start seeing it like, say like believe. Believe is really not actual fact. It's really like false. So look at the word believe. It's the word lie. You can see the word lie in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like know, gnosis, to know. You know what I'm saying? Which is facts. It's like knowing is factual. Knowing is the truth. Believing is not the truth. You just believe something and it could be.
That isn't even always fact-based.
Yeah.
Most of the time not fact-based. You can't back it up with facts.
Right.
And that's a part of the reason why I made this podcast, you know, to use this platform to uncover the mysteries and to conquer the fears of the things that we were taught to believe in. And a lot of things in life, growing up, you were taught to believe that you find out later wasn't true, but you still choose to hold on to those beliefs because you believe that they made you who you are.
Right. So it's like people they have a fear, and that's another low vibration to where they want you to be in, so the archon or the jinn or whatever to feed off your low vibration. But they want you to fear self. They want you to fear, really, because your mind, that's crazy, your mind will manifest anything if you think about it and feel strong about it long enough, because your heart is the energy, the magnet that brings, you know what I'm saying?
The actual force.
Yeah, the actual force. So it's like, when you think about it long enough, you just bringing that fear of, oh, I don't want to know because it's gonna mess with my belief system.
Right. It'll change your whole thought process on life. Yeah. And what took me to conquer the fear that I had was losing everything. So I believe that there's relief in loss, and losing some things may not give you the same lesson that losing everything will. I lost my life, the life that I had before, and in losing that life, I was still presently living, but the life that I had as I knew it was over. And it took a while for me to embrace that I still had lungs to breathe and a brain to think. So with the time that I had left, I started to focus more on the life that I wanted. And that made me less fearful every day as I started to map out what I didn't want anymore out of life. And it led me down the path of righteousness in the sense of this. I started to find out things that were true, that uncovered the lies that I had been taught to believe my entire life. And the more you start to dig through the lies that you've been told and taught to believe, the more you have to replace them with the truth. Because that's what usually what fear is based on, is uncovering something that you may have a feeling is not real, but you don't want to find out because you have so many underlying beliefs tied to this, right, that you don't want to replace with something that may make the people that forced you to believe this uncomfortable.
Fact. And it's like when I was coming into it, slowly but for surely, it was just connecting the dots. And it's like, intuition is really the understanding. People want to understand and overstand, but what about
inside? Understanding what's going on inside
you. Yeah, so it's like,
because the spirit know the truth.
Some people can't live with their thoughts or noise, but some people got other people's thoughts. They think it's their thoughts, but it be other people's thoughts. It be psychic debris, you know what I'm saying? There's so much thing going on right now to where it's like.
So what I want to know, on this journey and that led you to where you are right now in your spiritual awakening, what and who did you have to give up in order to maintain the balance in your life today? Because I know for me, in order to accept this new life, there were people from my old life that I had to give up because they couldn't accept me for making different decisions in my life, the life that I have now. Sometimes it's a hard thing to think about, that you having to move forward past the people, some people that you thought were there, they were going to be there forever. But I like to look at life as a plane ride. And there's only so many seats on a plane. And no matter if you plan to travel with your entire family, every friend that you know, it's literally impossible to fit every person that you really care about and that you want to bring with you on that plane ride. Right. And there's going to be some people that you're going to have to let go because they just don't fit.
Right. And you said, like, who did you have to give up? It really be having to do with the old self that was hindering you or holding you back. Or you probably outgrew your old self. You know what I'm saying? You still trying to wear this tight ass suit. You outgrew this motherfucker. Like, come on,
and that's the idea that some people have of you.
Yeah.
You know what? Like they'll conform you and make you fit into this box of stereotypes that what they want you to be, who they believe you to be. And then when you show them something greater, show them something bigger, they can't accept it. They would rather you to fit inside that box.
Right.
So when you show them this bigger version of you, this greater version of you, this more self-actualized, individualized version of you,
right,
it frustrates them because they want that old you back. And they put you into that box so much that they cannot accept that you no longer operate on those frequencies. I remember 2013, like for us in the streets, it was at that time like a party.
Nah, it was, yeah.
Like 12 and 13, that year, that around that time, 2012 and 13, like it was a more carefree time in the sense of I'm not gonna use like the word love, but I'm gonna say like everybody was on mutual standing.
Yeah.
When it came to we all getting money, we all nobody stepping on nobody's toes, whatever conflict that people had, like we can overlook that shit for the greater good to keep getting money together.
Nah, for real.
And when I made the connection with you at that time, you had a different smile, a different aura.
Yeah.
It was so close to the aura that I had then that it attracted.
Right.
Like it don't matter where I was at, what I was doing, I'm gonna go check and see what Mac Rand's energy is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that often.
I was just gonna say it was the energy.
Yeah.
You gotta,
it's not that often that like you can go out and deal with 200, 300 people and their energy be so off from you that you can understand it so long. Yeah. But whenever I would connect with you, that energy was always balanced out with my energy.
right.
And man, we went through a path, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think about the people that aren't here today, and the people that are here today. Like, and I like to like a lot of stuff in life. I like to compare to like biblical times with like that pillar of salt.
Right.
Well, like if you would have turned back, you would turn into that pillar of salt. And I see people from 10 years ago, 15 years ago that are literally in my metaphysical mind that pillar of salt. They still alive, but they're in the same position they were 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. No spiritual growth, no financial growth, no mental growth, no emotional growth.
Yeah.
And that energy is not you. And like I told you before we recorded this episode, well, before we started going live with this episode, that you still battling. I can see it. That you still battling with accepting that you're not who you was 7, 8, 10 years ago, and that you mentally created that new you for this new life,
right.
But you still fighting for some of that old life to still be there,
right.
And that always is gonna create a conflict. Like honestly, when our spirits at war with our body, and we're not in tune with our mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional, it shows physically.
Right.
Like where you in conflict with yourself, and you fighting a good fight in the sense that you fighting for righteousness, but you're also fighting against the ocean. You know, because nobody can fight against time. You know, because as time changes, things change. So anybody that's looking to stay the same from 10 years ago and holding on to certain beliefs and ideas from then, they're not accepting
right.
today. Like, give me a concept of, like, because you showed me some of the business ideas that you work on, some of the concept art.
Yeah.
Like, give us an idea of some of the business plans that you got in mind for the future.
Oh, man. All right. See, I can't give you the names, but I can give you the, know what I'm saying? It's going to be an umbrella. You know what I'm saying? The LLC or whatever, but it's going to be two other lines, but it's more than the clothing line. It's a brand. It don't just focus on the one
material,
door,
yeah, like
material.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It focus
multifaceted.
on the multifaceted.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just y'all look out for it, man.
Yeah.
When you see it, you gonna know. And for the ones that already know, they already know. Like,
I believe in
one of them. I'm gonna say one of them because I already got that. I already got that DBA, but it's FGBG clothing. You know what I'm saying? It's an acronym. You know what I'm saying? Finesse game, best game.
Right.
But it's not in a negative sense how people want to put it. Oh, he'll finesse. I know. It's people finesse life every day.
Right.
You know what I'm
By
saying?
just running your game up.
Yeah, finesse life, best life. Learn how to finesse life. Make life